Hello students, before we start our chapter, I would like to request you all to watch our introductory 2 videos given by me so that you will be clear about the 3-step strategy to do Dhamaka in physics exams. We have given the videos in the description box, or you can just click on our videos displayed at the end of this video for either introductory 2 videos or the next videos. Okay then, let's enjoy physics by Mr. Patel, who has a long, profound experience of 29 years of teaching physics in Sainik School.
AC voltage applied to a series LCR circuit. This is a AC voltage applied, sinusoidal voltage V is equal to Vm sin omega t is applied to the LCR R, L and C. This is a resistor, this is an inductor and this is capacitor. The resistor inductor figure shows that resistor, inductors and capacitors are connected in series with the AC source. Therefore, the AC current in the each element is the same. The current will be they are in the series, the current will be the same. I will be the same. I is equal to Im sin omega t plus phi. Having the same amplitude, Im also, amplitude, that is maximum peak value of the current, that is also same. Let I be the phasor representing the current in the circuit. The I is the current in the circuit. The let VL, VR and VC, VL, VR and VC, they are the voltage across the, and V, they represent the voltage across the inductor, resistor and capacitor and source respectively. That is, this is V. V is the voltage of the source. You can write this V. This is V. Also, VR is parallel to I. VR is parallel to I. VC is pi by 2 behind the current. We know that current in the resistor is in the same phase with the voltage. So, VR, voltage across the resistor is in the same phase with the current. The VC, capacitor, we know that in capacitor current is ahead of the voltage, or VC is pi by 2, the voltage in the capacitor is behind the current or current is ahead. You can say both way. And VL is pi by 2 ahead of I. In the inductor, voltage is ahead of current or current is behind the, lagging behind the voltage. These are the waveforms shown about the voltage against the current. Current and the voltage are in the same phase in the resistors. In the resistor, there is no phase difference. Current is also same way you can show the current in the resistor. This voltage is the same VR across this is the current direction, correct. VL, voltage in the case of the inductor, that is ahead in phase by pi by 2. Voltage across this capacitor is lagging behind. You can see from this. These are the waveforms. Now, relation between the phasors VL, VC and VR. In the case of the inductor, the voltage is ahead by pi by 2, that 90 degree than that of the current. Current across the resistor is in the same direction that of the, in the same phase with the voltage also. VR and the I same in the same direction in the case of the resistor. In the case of the inductor, the voltage is ahead by pi by 2. In the case of the capacitor, the voltage is lagging behind the current, correct. So, the VL and the VC, they are, we can see they are in the exactly in opposite direction. So, this is the resultant. Resultant is VC plus VL, that is actually magnitude is minus VCM minus VLM. So, this is the resultant voltage. The resultant voltage will be the V, capital V. Now, phasor amplitude, the length of this phasor or amplitude of the VR, VC and VL are the Vrm is equal to current into resistor Im into R. VCM is equal to Im into XC and VLM is equal to IL into XL. Since VC and VL are along the same line, but in opposite direction, the resultant will be VC plus VL, and that which has a magnitude VCM minus VLM. This is the magnitude, correct? This is parallel to this equal vector. Since V represents the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle whose sides are VA, VR and VC plus VL. This is the hypotenuse, V is the hypotenuse of these two sides, VC plus VL and the VR, correct? VR, this is a voltage across resistor. This is the voltage across resistor, correct? Theorem that gives the Vm square is equal to Vrm square plus Vcm minus Vlm square. This Pythagoras theorem according to the hypotenuse square is equal to this side square plus this side, that is Vrm square plus Vc minus Vcm minus Vlm square. You can take this triangle also. From equation 1 and 2 we have Vm square is equal to Imr square plus Im XL XC minus Im XL raised to square. That is equal to Im square. This is common. Im square is Im is common. So Im square, this square of this to take square. So into bracket R square into bracket plus into bracket XC minus XL raised to whole square. Therefore Im square is equal to Vm square upon this. The Vm square upon R square plus Xc minus XL raised to square, correct? Therefore Im is equal to Vm upon under root. This take the square root. So Im square is equal to this. So Im is equal to square root of this. That is Vm under root R square plus Xc minus XL square. And this under root R square plus Xc minus XL square, that is the Z, impedance, total oppose. It is called impedance. So Im is equal to Vm upon impedance Z. This is a phasor diagram of this. So this is Xc minus XL and this is R, this is Z, total effect of resistance, inductor and capacitor. Z is equal to under root R square plus Xc minus XL square, correct? That is for the capacitive circuit. If it is inductive circuit, then it will be a XL minus Xc, correct? That if inductive reactance is more, then voltage drop also will be more and it will be a XL minus Xc. So circuit is said to be a inductive circuit. Since phasor I is always parallel to the phasor VR, the voltage across the resistor is same in the direction of the I, same line. The phase angle phi is the angle between the VR and V. That is, this is a VR, this is a R and this is the direction of V. Thus, tan phi is equal to Vcm minus Vlm upon Vrm, and that is equal to Im Xc minus Im XL upon Imr. So Im is common, that is tan phi is equal to Xc minus XL, tan phi is equal to Xc minus XL upon R. That is, when Xc is more, that is a capacitive circuit, Xc is more than the greater than the XL, then phi is positive, that is current is leading. The current leads the source voltage and the circuit is called the capacitive circuit also. If XL is greater than Xc, the phi is negative and the circuit is predominantly inductive. The circuit is said to be an inductive circuit. The current in the circuit lags behind the source voltage and tan phi is equal to XL minus Xc upon R. If it is capacitive circuit, then current leads and it is Xc minus XL upon R. Now these are the phasor diagrams of the current. You can see the current leads by, this is a capacitive circuit, leads by pi by 2. This angle phi between the V and the I, correct? This is a phasor diagram This angle is phi, phase difference. The phasor diagram of V and I. Graphs of V and I versus omega t. This is omega t and this is V or I. V or I. Again, this is the current graph and this is the voltage graph. You can see the current is leading. It's a capacitive circuit. Current is leading by pi by 2. This is pi by 2. Next is the example 7.1 on page number 266. A 100 ohm resistor is connected to a 220 volt 50 hertz AC supply. What is the RMS value of the current? That is RMS value of the current is the voltage is given already and resistor is also given. So, IRMS, that is IRMS, that is equal to voltage RMS, VRMS upon resistance R. That is VRMS is 220, whatever we get from the source, upon resistance is 100. That is 220 upon 100, that is 2.2. What is that answer? 2.2 ampere is the current. Easy example. This is example 1 of the exercise. What is the net power consumed? Net power consumed, that is average power, it is called. Average power is equal to IRMS into VRMS. That is equal to VRMS 220 and current we have already calculated, so 2.2 into 220. That is equal to, you can multiply, is the overall answer 484 watt. That is 484 watts. It's very easy. Resonance phenomena. For an LCR circuit driven with voltage of amplitude Vm and frequency omega, the current amplitude is given by Im is equal to Vm upon under root R square plus Xc minus XL raised to square. The Xc is equal to 1 upon omega C, capacity reactance, and XL is equal to omega S, that is inductive reactance. We know that at a low frequency, and Xc is equal to 1 upon 2 pi nu C and XL is equal to 2 pi nu L. So, at low frequency the capacity reactance will be more and inductive reaction will be low. So, low frequency inductive reactance is low, negligibly small, whereas capacity reactance is very high. It is inversely proportional to. So, if frequency is low, Xc will be high. Here frequency is low, this will be low. It is directly proportional. So, if frequency is increased gradually, the inductive reactance, what will happen to the inductive? Frequency is increased, capacity reactance will decrease, inductive reactance will increase. So, with the increase of the frequency at a low frequency, this is a capacitive circuit. In Xc is more than XL, because capacitive reaction Xc is more at low frequency. This is a low frequency curve for the current, and at a high frequency capacity reactance is very low and inductive reactance. So, it is inductive circuit, this portion. This portion is inductive, this is reactive. Here efforts are cancelled. So, if frequency of the supplied voltage circuit is gradually increased, what will happen? The inductive reactance will increase and the capacity reactance will decrease till at a particular frequency omega 0, Xc will be equal to XL and impedance Z will be minimum, because both are out of phase. So, Xc minus XL, that will cancel. So, the impedance will be Z will be equal to root R square, that is R. So, current I will be maximum Vm upon Z, Z is equal to only R. So, Vm upon R. So, current amplitude is very high, and this is the current amplitude when Xc is at this omega 0 frequency, the current is 1 ampere, you can say. In the case of the suppose supplied voltage is 100 volt and resistance value is say 100 ohms. So, 100 upon 100, that is 1 ampere. This is the curve for the higher resistance. The R is more, the amplitude of the current will be less. This is the amplitude of the current, that is 0.5 ampere, because it is half, because resistance doubles. So, Vm upon I is equal to Vm upon R, that will be half. So Z is equal to only R, and the frequency omega 0 is called the resonance frequency. The resonance frequency is defined as the particular frequency at which the current amplitude becomes, the impedance Z becomes minimum and current becomes maximum. Or we can say Xc is equal to XL, or 1 upon omega 0 C is equal to omega L, or omega 0 is equal to 1 upon under root LC. Current amplitude is maximum, Im is equal to Vm upon R, as we have discussed. The figure shows, this figure shows the current amplitudes, and suppose the value of the L inductive reactance is 1 millihenry, and the capacitance of a capacitor is 1 nanofarad. This is C and this is L. This is millihenry, this is nanofarad, 10 raised to minus 9. So what is omega 0 is equal to 1 upon under root 10 raised to minus 3 into 10 raised to minus 9, that is 10 raised to minus 12. Square root of 10 raised to minus 12 is 10 raised to minus 6. If we take up, it is 10 raised to 6. This is the value of the omega 0. Omega 0 is 10 raised to 6 radian per second at the resonance. You can calculate it, correct? They cancel each other. This portion is already explained in the earlier theory, so you can take down the note. Application of resonance circuit. It has number of application. I will explain here one of them. The in-tuning mechanism of radio or TV set. The radio is tuned to a particular station which transmits a specific radio frequency signal. So from the radio station, correct, number of frequencies are transmitted, and we have to tune a particular frequency signal by variable capacitor. There is a capacitor called the gang capacitor. We know that the frequency can be adjusted by LC circuit, correct? It cannot be, like the resonance frequency cannot be produced by LR or CR. There should be inductor and capacitor, and capacitor should be variable. Why variable? Because we have to find out or match the resonant frequency, which changes the resonance frequency of the receiving circuit, that is in the radio set. When the resonance frequency of the circuit matches that, the incoming radio wave, there are number of waves coming from the transmitting station of radio station. We have to receive it in our radio. So in our radio there is a LC circuit. So we want a particular station, that particular frequency. So we have to tune our circuit so that that should be matched with the particular frequency. That is, after receiving the signal in the radio, it is amplified. There is an amplifier circuit in our radio, that is volume control, correct? So first tuning is done by the another knob that is connected with the gang capacitor. This is a variable capacitor. It is not a fixed capacitor. Its value can be varied. So it is connected with the one knob that if we rotate the knob, the capacitor will change. That is called the gang capacitor or variable capacitor. Then after, the volume control is there to amplify the signal. If it is a low voice, then we have to make it louder by changing the volume of the volume by the means of a volume control, correct? Then after it is fed through the speaker. Since many signals are often present over the range of frequency, many signals are present, it is important to design a high Q. We will study later on about the Q factor of the circuit in order to eliminate unwanted signal. We want one particular frequency, particular station. So unwanted signal we have to eliminate. So for that, Q of the circuit should be of the required standard. Thus, the station whose frequencies are near the resonance frequency will give negligible small signal at the receiver. So resonance phenomena takes place in a circuit only if both L and C are present in the circuit. Only then do the voltages across L and C, they cancel. We know that voltage across L and C are out of phase, both being out of phase, they cancel. They cannot cancel in the RC circuit. So there should be C and R. The current amplitude is Vm upon R at resonance. We know that the Xa minus XL is 0. The total source voltage appearing across the R. So total voltage of the source which is applied to the circuit, that appears across the R. There is no voltage across the C and the L. They cancel. They are out of phase. We cannot have a resonance in a RL or RC circuit. It should be a LC. It should be a LC circuit. Correct? So there should be inductor and capacitor. And capacitor should be a variable capacitor. This is the symbol for the variable capacitor. This is a fixed capacitor. This is variable capacitor. So this is called the gang capacitor. Correct? So we change the spacing between the plates of a capacitor and we change the capacitance of a capacitor, so that L cannot be changed. We cannot change the L, we can change only C. So variable C is connected and that is available. So we cannot change the inductive reactance L of a circuit, but we can change the C. We can change the C. Correct? So when capacitance of a capacitor is changed, there are number of signals coming from the radiation. But we want, suppose, the particular signal, this one, having the frequency say omega 1. This we want. This is omega 2. We don't want. These are unwanted. We don't want this one. So we have to change the capacitor's value so that the 1 upon under root LC, that becomes equal to omega 1. Then it will pick up this antenna of our radio, that will pick up the signal. And then after it is amplified to increase the volume, moment we pick up the signal, it makes some sound. We know, you have seen the radio also. So everyone knows nowadays, which was invented by Marconi Guggenheim after the invention of the electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic wave theory was given by Maxwell, Clerk Maxwell, and electromagnetic waves were produced first by Hertz, and that is why I use the frequency unit Hertz. Later on it was used by the Jagdish Chandra Bose, or Indian scientist, also produced the waves, and then after Guggenheim Marconi, he also produced the waves which can be transmitted to a longer distance also, and radio was invented by him. Then after communication was started. We cannot have a resonance in a RL or RC circuit. Correct? The sharpening of resonance. Now it should be very sharp. The amplitude of the current in the series LCR circuit is, we have already seen this, Im is equal to Vm upon under root R square into bracket omega L minus omega C square, or omega C minus omega. This is inductive circuit. Barabar? If inductive reactance is more, then it will be a omega L minus omega C. If it is capacitive reactance is more, you can write omega C minus omega L. Barabar? So, and is maximum when omega is equal to omega 0, that is capacitive reactance Xc is equal to XL and opposite is 0 due to the inductive reactance and the capacitive reactance. They oppose to the current, but resistance there won't be changed with any frequency. Any frequency, resistance value will be the same. So omega 0 is 1 upon under root LC, and current maximum is voltage upon only resistance. Impedance is only equal to R. It is no longer, that is Vm upon or under root Z is equal to under root R square plus XL omega L minus omega C square raised to square. That is not, that is, these are cancelled. These are cancelled. So only R square, under root R square is R. That is amplitude of the current is Vm upon R. R square, square root of R square is R. For values of omega other than omega 0, say this is, we want, say this is omega 0. Let us call it omega 0. Here also we want omega 0. For the values of omega other than omega 0, amplitude of the current is less than the maximum value. Another point, the value of the omega for which the current amplitude is 1 upon under root 2, that is maximum upon I maximum upon under root 2 times the maximum value. At this value, the power dissipated becomes also half. We will see later on. From the curve, we see that there are two values of omega, say omega 1 and omega 2. The omega 1 is equal to omega 0, that is resonance frequency minus delta omega. Omega 2 is equal to omega 0 plus delta omega. So difference is omega 2 minus omega 1 is equal to omega 0 plus delta omega minus omega 0 plus delta omega, that is equal to 2 delta omega. This 2 delta omega is the bandwidth. This is the 2 delta omega. This is omega 1 and this is omega 2, this frequency. In between, there is a central one is the resonant frequency. So resonant, either side of the resonant frequency, there is a lower frequency, that is omega 1, that is less by delta omega, and there is a upper side omega 2, that is the delta omega 0 resonant frequency plus delta omega. So this difference is 2 delta omega is called the bandwidth. Correct? This is bandwidth. Now let us see the sharpness of the resonance. Sharpness of the resonance is equal to resonance frequency omega 0 upon bandwidth. It is defined as the ratio of the resonant frequency to the bandwidth. The bandwidth 2 delta omega, and that is equal to omega 0 L upon R. We will see this equation later on after this. The ratio omega 0 L upon R is called the quality factor Q of the circuit. The smaller the delta omega, the smaller is the delta omega, this gap is smaller, the bandwidth is less, the sharper or the narrower is the resonance. Correct? Selectivity is more, higher. The current amplitude Im at omega 1 and omega 2, at omega 1 and omega 2, the current amplitude is the 1 upon under root 2 times the maximum current. That is 1 upon under root 2 times I maximum. So therefore, at omega 2, Im is equal to, we can write as a voltage upon impedance, that is R square plus omega 2L. It is inductive circuit. This portion is inductive circuit. Inductive reactance is more at higher frequency. We know already inductive reactance XL is equal to 2 pi nu L. So L is more, the omega is more, nu is more, or omega is more than XL is more. So at this portion is capacitive circuit. So we have considered this portion. You can take any portion, correct? So when we consider the inductive circuit, that is the omega 2L minus 1 upon omega 2C, that this is the impedance under root R square, correct, plus into bracket omega 2L minus 1 upon omega 2C, that is impedance. So voltage upon total oppose is equal to current. So I maximum upon under root 2 is equal to this upon 2, and this is 0. The omega 2L minus 1 upon omega 2C at resonance, this is 0, correct? This portion is 0. So this equation will become Im upon under root 2 is equal to Vm upon R under root 2, correct? Because Im is this one, correct? Im is, that is Vm upon R. At resonance, the current becomes, Im becomes I maximum upon under root 2. So divided by under root 2. So Vm upon, this is impedance R at resonance into under root 2, correct? that is Vm upon R under root 2, that is Vm upon R square plus omega 2L minus 1 upon omega 2 C raised to square. That is impedance will become R under root, sorry, this will become equal to R under root 2. So R square plus omega 2L minus 1 upon omega 2C square, that is equal to 2R square. Take the square root, you make the square of this, the square root will be removed, correct? So, and this square of the R under root 2 is equal to 2R square. Under root 2 square is 2 and square of the R is R. Therefore, omega 2L minus 1 upon omega 2C, that is equal to R, which may be written as this omega 2 is equal to omega 0 plus delta omega. This is omega 2. Omega 2 is equal to resonant frequency plus half of the band gap, bandwidth, that is delta omega, minus omega 2 into C. Omega 2 is equal to omega 0 plus delta omega into C. That is equal to omega 0 L into bracket 1 plus delta omega upon omega 0 minus omega 0 L is taken common. 1 upon omega 0 C here is taken common. So, 1 plus delta omega upon omega 0, and that is equal to R. So, using omega 0 is equal to 1 upon LC in the second term, this term on the left hand side, this term, that is omega 0 L, this is same way 1 plus delta omega upon 0, this will become, this is omega 0 is put 1 upon LC, that is omega 0 L upon 1 plus delta omega upon omega 0, and that is equal to R. We can approximate this. This could be written as 1 plus delta omega upon omega 0 raised to minus 1 as 1 minus delta omega upon omega. This is, you take upside, correct? So, up, that is minus 1, and that is equal to, by binomial theorem, we can write as 1 minus delta omega upon omega 0. Since delta omega upon omega 0 is very less than 1, then we can write this. Therefore, omega 0 L into bracket 1 plus delta omega upon omega 0 minus omega L, this one, and for this it is written this 1 minus delta omega upon omega 0, and that is equal to R. Therefore, omega 0 L into bracket 2 delta omega upon omega 0, you simplify this. So, omega 0 L and omega 0 L, this is minus, correct? So, that will be cancelled, and omega 0 L into delta omega upon omega 0, and this minus plus. So, omega 0 L delta omega upon omega 0, that is 2 delta omega 0 L into 2 delta omega upon omega 0, and that is equal to R. So, delta omega is equal to R delta, this is omega 0 L is equal to 2 delta omega upon omega 0, and that is equal to R. So, R upon 2L. So, delta omega, this you other terms you take on this side, omega 0 cancel, correct, and 2L, that is will go this R upon 2L. The sharpness of the resonance, that is what we said the equation earlier, correct, that is bandwidth upon resonance frequency omega 0 upon 2 delta omega, and that is equal to R upon 2L also. The sharpness of the resonance is the resonance frequency upon bandwidth. We have already said omega 0 upon 2 delta omega, and that is equal to this one also. The omega 0 upon 2 delta omega is equal to omega 0 upon 2 into delta 2 delta omega, that is equal to R upon 2L, and that is equal to omega 0 L upon R, already we have discussed. So, omega 0 L upon R, this is called the quality factor Q of the circuit. So, Q is equal to omega 0 L upon R. So, remember these two equations. The resonant frequency upon bandwidth, that is omega 0 upon 2, this is the sharpness is given by this upon 2 delta omega, and that is decided by the quality factor also. Q is equal to omega 0 L upon. So, omega 0 upon 2 delta omega is equal to omega 0 L upon R. Therefore, bandwidth 2 delta omega is equal to
R upon L, correct? Omega 0 cut. So 2 delta omega, if you take this side, this will be R by L. And Q is equal to omega 0 L upon R. So L upon R, that is, what is that? We have seen already, that is equal to omega 0 upon 2 delta omega. This is bandwidth, correct? Is equal to omega 0 R upon this. So Q is equal to omega 0 L upon R, and that is equal to omega 0 upon 2 delta omega, that is bandwidth. So this is general equation. So 2 delta omega again is equal to omega 0 upon Q. So larger the Q, this is larger, then delta omega will be, or 2 delta omega will be smaller. So value of the 2 delta, that is bandwidth is less or smaller, so sharpness will be more. The larger the Q, the smaller is the value of the delta omega bandwidth, and the sharper is the resonance. Again, omega 0 square is equal to 1 upon LC. We know omega is equal to 1 upon under root LC. So omega 0 square is 1 upon LC. Therefore, Q is equal to omega 0 L upon R, and that is equal to value of the omega 0 in this term. So 1 upon omega 0 CR also we can write. If the resonance is less sharp, what would happen if it is less sharp? That quality of the circuit will be not up to the standard. So not only the maximum current less, but the circuit is close to the resonance for a larger range of delta omega, more frequencies of the frequencies, and the tuning of the circuit will not be good. The tuning will be not good, so good. So less sharp is the resonance, less is the selectivity. That is we don't want. There should be good selectivity of the circuit, and vice versa. If quality factor is large, R is low and L is large. This is the quality. Q is equal to omega 0 L upon R. So L should be for greater value of Q, quality factor, the L should be large and R should be small. And this is a good one. R is low and L is large, for the circuit is more selective.